Hello everyone, and welcome to Jumperman Tech, where we specialize in HVAC but do everything DIY. And today we have a interesting video for you guys. This is water-cooled refrigeration, and we're going to be installing two new water-cooled condensing units. But to do so, we need a water supply. So we're going to tap into our main pipe here, and we're going to make a water supply in preparation for our new units. Thank you to everyone tuning into Jumperman Tech. So what we gotta do is we gotta tee into this main line here and make a supply for two new units. Each unit needs a supply and return. So we're gonna tee into these main lines. What's interesting is that we actually found the old condensing unit. This is the condensing unit here. We found one that was not being in use, so we actually just pulled it out, got a little bit of water on the floor. That's from us, but we pretty much, you can see the markings of it. We pulled it out. So we got two water lines here, and we got the electrical. So we could actually use this. So supply and return is done there. But we have one more that we need to add a supply and return. So I got my hoses here. We're gonna use this to drain this main pipe. This is being circulated through the cooling tower on the roof. Pretty interesting setup here. But anyways, we got a little bit of space here, so I'm thinking to tap in right here. In order to get this all done, we're actually gonna have to turn off the power for every single condensing unit here. 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 condensing units here are gonna have to be shut down. And there are a few other units throughout the building that we are going to shut down. This controls a few commercial refrigerators and a few walk-in refrigerators, which are also commercial, but you get the idea. I know the main valves to shut this down is in a different room. It's in the fire pump room. And we gotta think of how we are going to tap in here. I got a nice, decent space here, and I got a nice space here. The only thing that's in the way is kind of this. It's like kind of bothering me, man. This thing is ugly. It's crooked and super ugly, man. I do have the press tool, so I'm thinking of possibly rebuilding this ugly line because it's triggering my OCD, and adding the new line just so it's kind of proportional here. But this looks like the area that's gonna be best for me because everything else is so tucked in. It's super difficult to get back there, and I'm not trying to crawl in that hole as I have been there before. I actually crawled in there and fixed a leak here once. Let's see if I can climb up here real quick. I fixed a leak in here one time behind here. I cut that hole from behind the wall, and everything is just so tight. I don't feel like doing all that. I feel like the best space is gonna be there because it is so packed up. But yeah, these units are so bad. Look at these wires just like touching metal. Everything's exposed. I installed this new unit last time. This thing looks beautiful. It's secured. We got a digital unit controller, nice water regulating valve. I redid the new water lines. That's actually with this flexible connection. Man, that was awesome. Also, the refrigerant pipe was nice and neatly done. Beautiful. All the electrical, I got rid of things like this. This is just ridiculous. And look at the extension cord just running here. Things just open. So, and I used old BX, everything nice and fresh. Beautiful, beautiful connections. So they want to do two brand new installs, and we need to supply them with water. Like I said, this side is pretty much cleared out. We need to connect everything, but we got to start here. So I'm gonna prep whatever pipe I can through here. I got some fittings and everything, and then we're gonna have to turn off the power for each unit, shut down the water, drain it, do what we got to do, and reverse the process. And let's hope for the best because guys, it is late. It is past 10 p.m. right now. All right, so here are the press tees. So it's 2-inch pipe here, and the smallest one I can find is 3/4, but we're gonna be supplying each unit with 1/2 inch. So we're gonna have a reducer. Thinking how I can rebuild this. We just need one and 1. But it gets a little bit close here because we got this braze, and I can see that the pipe is dented here, so that's a problem for me. The pipe is actually dented. I don't know if you guys can see it. From here you can kind of see it, but right here is dented. That is not gonna fit for this. It has to be a perfect pipe. So I gotta be right here at least. And let's see how that fits, man. See how that fits. And because it's straight pipe, I really don't have play. I might need to rebuild this. The idea is to put one of these and then a slip coupling here to get this to fit. So let me try to engineer this and see how we're gonna get this going. If this wasn't in my way, I have a whole bunch of clean pipe to work with, and I feel like we might need to tackle that. Also, the space is really tight. I'm not gonna be able to get a pipe cutter around here, so I gotta figure out how I can cut this nicely. I have a bandsaw and a sawzall to see what fits and make sure the edges are smooth. And we got a lot of food on the line right now, so we gotta do this quick. I'm gonna rebuild this line for sure. As far as this, I might have enough space to not even mess with this. I'm gonna cut it from here to here and just rebuild it up to here. This is kind of decent. It's just this one is not straight, and I'm gonna rebuild it. So we got our finger there, and we're gonna figure out, I got it right there, and we're gonna cut this and prep this as much as we can, so the shutdown will be for a short time and a short time only. So let's chop this up. Let's get this show on the road. It's gonna be a fun job, and everything is on the line here, so you really want to do as much prep work as you can, because I don't want to shut these refrigerators down for too long. And there's a difficult space up there, and it could get tricky if I do the sequence properly. Hold this for a second. If I do this sequence properly, like right now, this is the bandsaw. It would cut it, but I can't reach anything up there. So if I cut this out first, if I cut this section out first, which hope I don't have a problem on this side, it should give me enough slack just to get the up pipe from the bottom. If not, I gotta cut this ceiling up, and I got no problem doing that. You know, we cut ceilings almost for a living because of poor access. So let's prep everything we can and do this as smart as possible. This stuff does get tricky, and there's a science to it. So let's do what we can, because I got my girl waiting at home, and she's waiting for me. All right, we got some things prepped, and right now we're shutting down the power for these units. Boy, did it get quiet after that. We got quite a few to shut down. All right, guys, we are in a fire pump room. Here's the fire pumps, and these are domestic water pumps. So right now we actually got 2 more refrigerators here, split systems to shut down. Turned off everything in that other room, and these 2 pipes right here, 1 and 2, are the 2 pipes leading into that area. So we have to shut the water off. The only thing that's a little tricky is what's actually going on here, because this uses cooling tower water, but they also made it a way where if you press a switch, it opens and closes these actuators, and they can switch to domestic water. So if you follow, this pipe comes in, it's closed, but for some reason this is the bypass, so it goes around, that's open, that one's open, and then it feeds these units, because you can see this is open, that's open. So we should be able to close here and there to be sure, but there's a pipe over here, this little one, which is feeding. So if we close these 2, this is already closed, and these 2, this line should be shut. And then on the other side, oh man, that looks nasty. And then on the other side, it's this pipe. Let me go around to figure out how I'm gonna do this. It is quite tight. shut those ones that I pointed out. And then here, where's this coming from? This is like the main domestic water line, and they tapped in here. Okay, this is a bypass, it's closed. Emergency manual, domestic override. Anyways, so we close this valve right here. We should be good. We should be good. And to be extra safe, we can close this one and this one. But machines are off. Let's see what we can do. Shut these guys off. Man, it barely wants to close. Whoa. Also got a bad angle. I think it barely wants to close. Alright, so this line is shut. This one is closed. I gotta remember this, but man, these things don't want to move. Let's close this. We're gonna have to close this. Jeez, I think it's time. But we're gonna close this, and then this line can still be feeding, right? So it can feed through this. It'll be closed, but then it's gonna come out and travel that way. Close that, and close this. And like that, I think we should be good. This one. All right, guys, it's eerily quiet in here. I'm not used to that at all. I managed to close that second valve for some extra safety. These are our two main pipes that we shut down. And right here I got some hoses. Let's go ahead and start draining. It's a small bucket, but I got another one on the way. Quite some pressure in there at the moment. That definitely slowed down. Alright guys, I ended up having to close another valve down there. We're almost at the end. Something wasn't holding. This is all open, and even this is open. Helped to push the air through here. But there's no water here. We should be okay. And then this water should have made its way down. Draining through this. We're almost at the end, but I want to make sure it fully stops. Alright guys, all this is open. I drained everything through there. Everything looks good. I got this tiny drip. It's a little steady, but I'm cool with that. We don't got to do any torch work. I think we're gonna be okay, so I'm gonna just have that drain into like a little bucket for now. But I'm pretty much cool with that. These valves in this building are something else. So the idea is going to be to cut this out, bring this down. These are just like flexible pipes. I'm going to cut this down, and we're going to chop it from here to here, rebuild this section, cut here, rebuild this section, and see what we can do. Let me get my pipe cutter. Let's start chopping this up. Here goes nothing. I gotta try to do this as fast as possible so we can go home, but also because of the refrigerators. I didn't want to put no dry icing or anything in here, so that ain't cool. So let's just do this quick. Like, oh, it shouldn't take that long. All right, well, we'll see. All right, these are both cut. Just gotta remember which one goes where. And now let's see what flexibility that we have. Oh, look at this. Try to get this wire out the way too. We'll fix that up as well for them. I can bring this down. Everything is safe there. And then I can bring this down a bit. And we got this area free. So now I can cut into here and here, and then the next one, and I think we won't have to cut the wall, the ceiling from that. If we do, that sheetrock, no big deal. All right, we rebuilt that one, put this over here, and I'm just gonna try to fit this on this side to see where we're gonna make our cuts. Thing is, I don't have a pipe cutter that's actually gonna go around here. Something that we use the bandsaw, and we're just gonna have to sand it down nicely, and I have a file if I have any rough edges. So here goes nothing. Christian, come over here. Let's hold this side of the pipe.
Got it.
Make sure it doesn't collapse. On this side, we have a hanger that's holding this side of the pipe. Right there. That was actually real smooth. Nice. All right. See, now we have space to do this. If I didn't move this, we wouldn't have space to do this. I would have had to go from the top and cut that sheetrock, but I think we're good. All right, it's gonna come out. All right, awesome. First layer is done. All right, then we're gonna have to get in here, and I pretty much marked this, but let's just double check that. All right, I'm just gonna prep this edge and put it and fit into place just to make sure the alignment is gonna be right, so everything's gonna be good. It's really those edges. You wanna sand the edge of the pipe a little bit, but also deburr the inside and the outside of this pipe to make sure we get a good connection. All right, guys, that is looking awesome. Slip coupling. I wanted to do just one slip coupling, but I realized that's not gonna work. Good thing I have extra fittings. I want this facing down, even though these are like sticking out, so we don't have to like come out, back down, back through the wall, and then make all these crazy turns. It'll be nice if we just go down to the wall and then to the unit. So this side is pre-built. Then I'm gonna put this, fit this up to where it's actually gonna look good, and we're not gonna have any pipes in the way of each other. I prefer, if I can, to have it all facing down. So we go towards the wall. Let me just fit this up, cut everything up, dry fit it once I'm happy with that, and I have a good game plan. We're gonna press everything. All right, I took that apart. I'm having a little bit of complication. I can easily cut here. I have the space. But this one, oh man, because this is like this. I'm not gonna get it. I am not gonna get it. The problem is that there's a dent on this one, man. So I can't go further back. If I could, I might be able to get it, but there's a serious dent here. That is gonna, see that? We're not gonna be able to get this done like that. I need a fresh piece of pipe. All right, so I got this set up. The only problem is the spacing, the bent pipe there and this valve in the way. So in order for this slip coupling to work, I needed to slip all the way through one side. It doesn't go there, not enough space. And we're not gonna have space here because of this. So, and the same thing for this one. It's gonna have to go all the way here. It's just not gonna work. It's because of this bent pipe, man. I need that couple inches of space. So I'm thinking of is maybe I can get rid of that. I can keep this original piece here, and I should be able to work. Let me see, I could cut it here and put a slip coupling. Cut it here, I got space, I could put a slip coupling there. And then cut it here in the right spot so we can connect this piece. Get rid of this spot, cut this, and now I got all the space for my slip coupling to fit there. It's not gonna be as nice as all through the top, but I think that's what I gotta do to make this work. And time is flying by, so we gotta think of something. We're gonna make the cut here, here, and here to make this fit. All right, man. Let's hold that pipe. Let's make sure we got space to do all this. Oh man, don't tell me this is in my way. Oh boy. I think I should be able to get it. And I can take off this if I need to. But let's try it. Let me get this out the way in case I have anything else. Let's push that to the side. Just make sure this is straight. Oh man. Oh man. You know what? Let me pull that out for that cut. Jeez. Valves for that and drained it. Let's take off this hose. That looked like a flare to me. Is it? Is it not? I don't want to rip off that hose, but I do got a pipe clamp in the truck. Oh, I think it's coming off now. There we go. We'll do that, and if I need to, I could take off these male fittings and make a little bit more space, but this is getting trickier and trickier. You know what? This might actually get it done. This is just gonna be annoying to cut. Hold up. Okay, I got it. Sheesh. Alright, one more, guys. Try to do this straight. Okay. That part is out. Okay. Alright, so we got this part with the coupling there. That's cool. And we're gonna cut right there. And that should work. Chris, you're gonna hold that pipe so we don't pretty much, let me just see something just to make sure. I think it's gonna be like just like this. I don't mind cutting it even a little longer, just in case. Hold this one so don't fall. Gotcha. Watch your hand, and we're gonna be able to actually not have to. We're actually be able to use this tool. Oh man, I just made it. Okay. Not as straight as I wanted. Maybe I could do it a little better, but we should be at it. All right, guys, we made it work. Man, it's still not fully done. This is just dry fitted, but dude, this looks fire. This looks really, really nice. It was honestly super tricky. Let's get this done as soon as possible. Maybe do a little bit more prep work, and let's zip this all up. All right, we're gonna have to do this smart because I'm not gonna be able to fit the tool in here. Over here it's too tight. So we're gonna pull out the bottom, zip the top, get that done. But I need this in the right position so the next fitting could actually fit. So right now, I have to make sure the bottom is perfectly, the top is perfectly fit while I disconnect the bottom. And you'll get an idea of how this actually came together. So right now the bottom, we can disconnect the bottom. It's all about the top right now to make sure that is done correctly. So like this, everything will fit, nothing will be in the way. Also, you know what, gotta make sure that when we do the bottom, now this pipe is not going to be in our way in the back. So I might even do that outside of the area. Let's see. that might be that's gonna be in our way a bit. Okay. So we gotta really do this right, or this tool's not gonna fit. Gotta be real careful here. So if I slide this out and slide this out, that's the whole secret here. These two slip couplings. What I'll have to do is press this just like this, and then put it in the space. Oops. All right, now let's put that down.
Gotcha.
Hold this.
Let's do it.
I want to make this a little straighter, but that's fine. Slip couplings in the end. Hold it here so I can press this.
Go ahead.
Let's make sure this is in the middle. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let's do it. I don't like how that bent the pipe a little. Well, let's do it. Next. This thing is heavy as hell. Get that. Gotta make sure that's straight after. It's even. Done. Hold here.
Gotcha.
This thing's hard to do, man. I think it's no joke. I think it's super heavy. Make sure this is everything even. Is it? Looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That side is done, so it's not going to be in the way while we're crimping the rest. And these need to be just like that. Okay. This one might be in our way a little bit. If I got to break this wall, I got to break this wall. No problem. Let's dry fit this and make sure it's done right each time. All right, so this is just a bit harder than it seems. This tool is ridiculously heavy, this 2-inch one. I need to make sure that we're properly, okay. That we're properly even there. I don't want any mistakes here. Okay. Next. Looks good. Is it? Right there.
Yeah.
Right there. Okay. Okay. Next. Looks like it went in. Alright, be my eyes, Chris, too. Whatever you can see.
Of course.
Alright.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Make sure that coupling is in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did put it. I put the marking right there. I know there's a tool for that. Make sure this thing is as close as it can. That looks good to me. I'm just hoping we could get this last one.
Yeah.
Okay. It is late, guys. I want to go home, man. But I also don't want this to leak because we ain't going home to the next day if that happens. Okay. One more. Can this go? That one's a problem. Could I fit this through here? Nope. I don't want to put any stress on this. I could probably get it, but I'm up against the wall. I don't know if I'm gonna get it off. I got it on, but I wonder, am I gonna get it off? Well, I got it on, so I'm guessing that would get it off. I just don't want any issues. All right, I'm going for it. Okay. Oh man, I hope I did that right. Oh yeah, looks good. Guys, this job is a lot along the there's a lot on the line right now, and it's making me nervous. I've never used this tool. It's like so crimped. Okay, now let's get these in. All right, I feel a lot more comfortable now with the 3/4. All right, that's good. Okay, push that up. Christian, come here.
Yep.
Push this up a little, just make sure it doesn't go anywhere, okay?
You got it.
Okay. Okay, we're good to go there.
Nice.
Thank you. Let's not forget we got this to do too. All right, another 3/4, and then it reduces to 1/2 inch. The 3/4 is done. Now let's get the 1/2 inch attachment.
Got it.
All right, 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch. That's done. Oops, I pressed the button. Whenever I do that, I just let it go. Just in case I didn't fully, like, yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Make sure this one is like straight. Done. Okay, the top is done, except we gotta just get this one, all right? Let's get this. Complete. Complete. All right, put that down. Let's continue. All right, guys. This is gonna be the moment of truth. This can all be bent. All right. Let's pray for the best, guys. this. As close as possible.
Yeah.
That was good. You're good, man. Come out. Okay. Alright guys, getting towards the end. That's in. Alright, 1/2 inch.
Right here.
Okay. Make sure this thing is straight. Alright guys, this looks official. These pipes are flexible. I'm just gonna have to maybe straighten that out a tiny bit, maybe right here, but this really came out really nice, and this was difficult, man. Let's open up the water and see what happens. All right guys, all the water is open. We're currently turning all the units back on. Oh, I like the sound of compressors. You can see water in the line, but there's some air. You see that jumping? You gotta vent these lines. Gotta get all the air out the pipes. Just so you guys can see, that has water, which is this line. All right, and this one got water in that one. So let's get the air out these lines, get all these units back on. Oh man, that's a beautiful thing right there. Sheesh. All right guys, cleaning up our tools and we're wrapping it up. It's honestly a great job. These pipes are not straight to begin with. They're actually crooked. Honestly, I would have done a slightly different setup, but it is what it is and it works. And at the end of the day, all our units are back up and running. Man, some of these are really in terrible shape, but we got this one of our own in, and I'm hoping to make much better use of this space. I mean, look at all that. Look at that defrost timer. Everything's just hanging. I mean, it is what it is. Little by little, we're gonna bring this place back to life. It would be absolutely amazing if I can restore all of this. It's really a mess. Look, this thing is just hanging. But anyways, this is a great job. It's late, it's time to go home, and we're gonna wrap it up here. If anyone found this video interesting or helpful, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe as I come out with new videos every week. Catch you all next time.